Hello everybody, and today we've come to a very special place, so special in fact that we're going to go on a guided tour of Layer Marney Tower at Layer Marney in Essex. And as you can see behind me, and I'll show you right now, this amazing tower which is the main feature of the estate. Isn't that beautiful? And if I'm just spanning around here very slowly, you can see the grounds. There's a very interesting water feature here. And behind that is the church, which we'll go into in a bit. Fairly modern, but it kind of recreates the theme. And look at this beautiful building. We're in May and the estate's only open on a Wednesday and Saturday. And somewhere up there I think is Warner. We didn't bring Poppy today for obvious reasons. There's a lot of animals here as well. Poppy likes to be too friendly. And this is the towers. Hello, Juana. What can you tell us about the history of this place?
Like I was saying earlier, I do not know much from what I've read and I can remember. This was built by Lord Marney.
Lord Marney.
Yes. And during the reign of Henry VIII. And it was the Lord Marney.
16th century.
In the 16th century, yes. In 1523, I think. I hope I'm not mistaken. And Lord Marney was the Privy Seal.
To Henry VIII.
To Henry VIII,
Yeah.
yes.
And this is the tower that he
And
built.
he built this house because it was fashionable in those days to show the wealth you have through the house.
Mm-hmm.
That had to be an image of your wealth, and so that's what he did. And that's
Right,
all.
okay, and we're at the entrance to the tower itself, aren't we?
Yes.
Let's go inside. Oh. Right, we've got to go this way to the exhibitions. Okay, we're going to have a spiral staircase now. Look at the windows. Very breezy over here. There's another side to it, but I don't think that's open to the public. I'm not really sure. We're actually in one of the cells in the tower. As you can see, it's basically a giant doll's house here, full of interesting exhibits. Just going across one layer. And of course it gives you a lovely view looking outside. There's a lady taking a picture. Let's go up to the roof, shall we?
You go ahead, I'm still.
You're still looking at that? I'll see you upstairs. Is this open in here?
Where?
Behind me.
The end door?
Well, I mean the rooms here, yeah.
Yeah, you can just.
Oh, you can?
Yeah. I didn't try the end door. I assumed
Right, okay.
that way.
Looks rather private here, doesn't it? So we're actually inside the linen room. Well, there's not much linen here, of course. Now we're in the map room. Okay, I won't say it. There's no maps. But it's rather an attractive room to look at, isn't it? Just swing round very slowly. How about that? And if we come out of here, I think we have more room. Oh no, this is where it ends. Wow, how charming. There's some rooms here to look at.
Really?
Yeah. Come and have a look. This is the linen room, but there's no linen in there.
Oh wow, look at this.
I thought this was private quarters, so I wasn't too sure at first.
It looks like it's a private quarter, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Wow.
What do you think?
I think the views are amazing from especially the other room has really beautiful views.
You love this place, don't you?
Yes.
And there's another room next door, which is a map room. So we're going to see some maps. Let's go and have a look. And that's it. There's no other, the other room is locked or shut. And room here.
It's quite warm in here. You don't really expect that, do you? You expect the place to be quite cold
Yeah.
and moist. It's not. It's nice and dry.
It's a beautiful house, isn't it?
It is.
So in the map room, as I said, but there's no maps. And the next port of call is going to be upstairs. There's some Chinese porcelain here. On this level. Famille Vert, I think. And then on top of that is European, and I'm not sure if it's Art Nouveau porcelain, and so on and so forth. Anyway, a primitive painting, as they're called. Another primitive painting. If you look at cattle, the bodies are always they look too
They're way
big.
Exaggerated.
Yeah, very much so. Right, now we're going upstairs. Well, it looks like the nursery here, which may be gathered by the wallpaper. But we have to keep going on. Gosh, this goes on a bit here. We're heading to the tower. Yeah, this room's blocked off, isn't it?
For some strange
But
reason.
we can look around the corner with the camera. Thank God for the camera. Yeah, this room is blocked off as a painting of a man in 1930s clothing. And this is one of the little rooms. Now, just to reference Lovejoy yet once more, Lovejoy was filmed here.
Really?
It had a bunch of actors dressed up as nuns, And this was concerning a story concerning a harp that was worth a lot of money, but belonged to a member of an Irish rock band. And somehow or other, we ended up here at Layer Marney Tower. It's used for a number of major shoots. Quite a number of movies have been shot here. Too many for me to mention, unfortunately. But obviously period melodramas. And I'm sure if you can recall any particular movie that was shot here, you can leave the reference to it in the comments. And we have a nice little chest here, which looks rather, I would think, more akin to the 16th century, rather plain. They use these things for keeping in deeds and other important items.
I think that the things that we forget today is that marriage in those times, even up to maybe 100 years ago, used to be pretty much a transaction. Because if you look at all these things, it's what you are worth when you go into a marriage. You have to come with certain things.
Well, it's also to maintain the status quo as well.
Well, of course, yeah, but it's an arrangement.
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry, you were saying?
I was saying that the rights what they came with, for example, 420 acres and other things and properties and such, so it was a transaction.
All business. And look at this hall here. I'm just saying there's a number of memorial figurines for the memorial bearings on the coat of arms. You've got the crest up there, crowns, fleur-de-lis, stags' heads, dragons' heads, eagles, griffins, crowns, all kinds of mythical creatures and people. It's incredible, isn't it? I don't know who these two folks are. What do you think of this room? It's very light and airy, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Look at the detail on the windows. So.
It's got a wood burner, but the burner's not connected.
I was just thinking that wood burner is the one. Remind me afterwards. I'll tell you something.
Oh right, okay.
About one that it's exactly the same.
Let's have a wander in here.
Look at the details there in the stone. Have you seen that on top?
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, go ahead.
Have a look at this room.
Tapestries.
This is a really early tapestry. These early ones, I believe, were made by the Flems. They were woven by Flemish weavers.
Oh, look at the chest.
Unfortunately, the lighting here is not that good, so I can only give you, if you like, an overview of what is actually here. It looks like a gathering of ladies and knights and gentlemen. And if we look further down, we can see a castle tower there. Obviously, all kinds of conversations are taking place here between the characters in the tapestry. And if we swing around to the other side, it's a similar thing there. As you can see, there's a Viking longboat. Oh, and it's beautiful. A cassone, or chest. It is beautiful, isn't it? Elizabethan. And look at the figurines. Isn't that beautiful? And here as well.
We have our friend Henry VIII.
Okay, well now we can go to the next room.
We have our friend Henry VIII in this room.
So we just spin round really gently. So yes, this is a tapestry room. Another lovely carved chest here as well. And this chair is what, 17th century? 18th foot push. Oh my god, you made me jump.
I told you. I said we got our friend Henry
I know. That's before he got really, really fat, wasn't it?
Yes.
He was quite a handsome man when he was young. He was very energetic. No, he
You
was.
didn't copy, no.
Then he became
Was
very
very empty.
obese.
Yeah, after the incident, yes.
Okay, we've got to come
He
out
was
this
very
room.
athletic and into sports. He was
Yeah,
quite
very
famous.
until
He was
later
a
in life.
handsome athletic.
He suffered with gout, so he obviously had a drinking problem.
No, after he fell from the horse,
Yeah.
that's how he developed his problems.
He became a killer then, didn't he?
Exactly. Completely true.
Here we go up to the tower. another floor here. Oh, this is Layer Marney estate. I think as it was intended to be, because obviously a lot of these buildings, particularly the square at the back of the town, aren't here. But a lot of the other buildings are. Certainly the buildings either side of the tower here, and the church of course is here, and that long building is there. Look at this, isn't this beautiful? When people talk about old England, this place has got it.
I just want to sit down, which you can actually. You can sit down.
Yeah, I can't though because we've got people following us. And it's just a small room with prints and photographs, old pictures of Layer Marney Tower. And now we're going to go and head for a roof. How about that? And here we are on one level of the roof. I think we can go higher, I'm not sure. Look at the view from here. And the view looking straight down. Go from here. This should be quite an incredible view, shouldn't it? And look at the back of the house. Look at that, that's amazing. Nice pastoral view of sheep there in the field. Go high with the camera. The stonework here is, look at this on the edge. What an amazingly beautiful place to be. And look at the chimneys, look at that, aren't they beautiful?
What's amazing is that there's absolutely no breeze. You would expect this huge drop.
Yeah, that's the other thing, it's not very windy up here, is it?
So I think it's nothing to do with the weather. I just think it's something to do with how they build it.
Yeah.
It's protected from the elements, I think.
Certainly nice, isn't it?
It's very nice, yeah.
And we've got one more level, I think. Should we go and have a look at that? So, how do you rate this place so far?
Well, 10 out of 10, for sure.
10 out of 10.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's very nice.
I won't argue with that. Right, we're going upstairs now. Hopefully we can get on this level. No, it's locked. I'm fairly sure it's locked. Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm struggling. Yeah, there's a padlock on there. Yeah, now it's locked. You cannot go beyond this point. But you can see where we are. So we're actually on the top of the main turret in the main fort building. You want to go first? No.
I'll take it slowly then.
Oh, she's such a saint. Look, there's an ancient oak here. Look. Isn't this wonderful? Right, now we're going to make our way back down to the bottom when you're ready. I'll sit here for a minute. Got a lovely view there. So you enjoying this?
Yeah, very much. It's quite different from what I thought it would look like when I'm seeing it from the outside. I don't know, I have another image of it.
Mm-hmm.
Somehow smaller and that's quite large.
But just looking at the architecture in here, this red Tudor brick, you can imagine how expensive this was when it was constructed.
Oh, absolutely. And it's the small one.
Mm-hmm.
It's the smaller type of brick, I think.
Yeah, the flattened style brick.
You're all right, mate.
I'll let you know in advance. You can't get up there.
There's no way that
No way up there at all. Right, here we go. Now we go back downstairs again. Okay, so we're passing this floor, as you remember. A quick scan before we go. And then we go down to the next level. Isn't this fun? I love these places. Okay, now we have to cross into this room. So we're going back out the same way we came in. Now these crowns and crests are amazing, aren't they?
Would you say that was the original fireplace mantle?
That looks, no, that's Victorian.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely not an original. But a lot of the furniture here is.
Take some photos of this. This is him. the one who built it.
Okay. There's one thing kings did not like, people to outsize them in estates and property,
That's true.
because it showed a weakness in their leadership if they were allowed to get away with it. Now we're going to go downstairs, honey. So, following the staircase back down again. This is very original. And that's sealed off. Obviously there are some floors and places they don't like people to go into. This is one of my favourite views here. Just sweep over again for you. I know you've seen it before. That's the doorway we came in by. And now we head for the stairs. Just try and show you what's in there. We can't actually go in there, it's locked. I think it might be the private accommodation area. Okay. Could you live in a place like that?
I could struggle, yes.
Sure, struggle.
I would sacrifice myself.
Would you sacrifice
Yes.
yourself?
If it's one's
This-
duty.
going to go through here and we'll go for a cup of tea. I'm just going to show around the gardens very quickly. Do you want to go this way, honey, and then round? It's like ages got to this piece. Look at this.
What would you say this was?
Well, it
That's
looks
strange.
it looks like a fireplace actually, but
It
it
does.
can't be because it's on the outside of the building.
It does look like a fireplace, yeah.
Yeah, it's rather weird. I honestly can't say, but I can say that the brick infill is relative to the same period. So whether it's an idea, I think it's just decorative, a decorative feature. I think that might have been intended to be a window. A window.
I think this could have been a gate, maybe.
Well, no,
Or
you got
an
the same.
entrance, a door.
You got the same problem here. Look.
Or this could have been a door.
Well, you could argue this could have been a door too. And look at the way the rough cast brickwork is in there. I would say that this was a window originally, of some description. There's no other way I can describe it. And you got another one here. Look, see? Okay, we're now in the courtyard. And we're now going to get a cup of tea, so we're going to go off camera for a short while, and then we'll be back again before you can say Wana.
Long gallery.
Where are we off to now then?
To the long gallery.
The long gallery, okay. This was the building that we referenced earlier, and we were debating about what those arches could be.
Yes.
But now we think it used to be a stable block,
To be a stable, yeah.
and it may have been used for horses. Yeah, very small horses. And this building was converted, I believe, in about 1911.
Oh, look at the curtains. You don't need curtains. I have to check the back of them.
Yeah.
Oh, this is good. This is really good. This is actually the same level of craftsmanship as those, what are they called? Tapestries.
Tapestry
Tapestry.
cloth.
Yeah.
It's very
It's
thick,
weaved, yeah.
and it's backed as
Yeah.
well,
But it is woven.
and you, woven.
Woven?
Yeah.
That's it. Me and my English, yeah.
Your English, I tell you what, your English is a lot better than a lot of English people I know.
I try.
Let's go and look into the Great Hall, the long gallery. Oh yeah. And what a magnificent room this is, isn't it? So this is an Edwardian conversion from an original building that was built around, I think, about 1510 or thereabouts. So I'm going to stand at the end to give you a view. And we're looking out across the grounds, and over the back there is the main building and the tower. Let's turn around. Look at this building, this structure. So this is a Tudor building which was brought into the present by the owner. I think his name was Dezote, in around 1911. And it's got some lovely tapestry on the wall. I think a lot of the renovation work that we've seen with more modern brick was probably done by the same person at the same time. I mean, again, this fireplace is very similar to the one we saw upstairs in the tower, isn't it? It's got a fire back there, which is CR, so that would be Charles Regina, could be Charles the First or Second. And it's beautiful, again, very similar to the other tapestry, wasn't it? It's very attractive. Isn't that beautiful? I hope you can see it as well as we can. And here's the lady of the estate, Lady Wana.
This might have been a horse, the stables. but I could rough it pretty well in here.
You could rough it in here.
Yeah, I could sacrifice one.
This is a function suite which they use for weddings and.
I think this is one of this type of rooms that if you have it, if you own the building, you would have to open it as a venue for weddings, because what else would you do in this room?
It's beautiful,
it's one of those
isn't
rooms,
it?
It is stunning, but it's very difficult to find a purpose for it if you were to live here and not have it open for public. I read that how we see it today, it's how it was done in 1911.
1911, yeah.
Yeah.
By Dezote.
Yes. I
owners.
didn't want to pronounce that because I knew I was going to get it wrong.
I'm probably not pronouncing it correctly.
I'm the worst at
I'm sure
pronouncing
somebody in the
things.
comments below is going to say you have pronounced this incorrectly.
Wrong, yeah.
You know, again, we're not perfect. We are just going along, looking at things, either offering an informed opinion or actually researching to find out the backstory. But this is a magnificent room, and there's an upstairs.
Just people listening to soul music.
Oh yes, absolutely. And look at the oak floor. Look,
Yeah, I know.
a solid oak floor. Wow.
This is so hot.
This is quality. This is a quality room, isn't it? The Lady in the Window by Warner. Dan, dan, dan. Can you imagine yourself living here on the estate, staring out the window? Yeah.
Strangely enough, actually, as you know very well, I don't imagine myself doing such things. I love the places for the history, but it's not for me to.
I know.
Lady of the it's not me to be the lady of
It's just a romantic fantasy, dear. Yeah. And we all indulge in them. We know they're not reality. We know that every person in this world is related to some famous person, because none of us could ever have been commoners.
No, God forbid.
Yeah, God forbid. And over here, look at this log basket. Wow, this is really big and chunky. Now that's what I call a log basket, don't you? Amazing. Upstairs actually isn't much to look at. You might as well hang on here. It's just a landing. I'll just take you up and have a look. I mean, I admire what they've done here in recreating the past and all that. But this, to me, looks a bit tacky. Really does. Anyway, I should imagine this is a place where people could come to sit down during a wedding or something. And look at the view from here. You can actually see the lavs under the plasterwork. If you look very carefully by the beams, you can see them. And then we swing down very gently. And down to another flight of steps, which takes us back outside again. And this is a view towards the area they call the stables, which is also where they have a small restaurant. You can buy teas and coffees and snacks to eat. It's a lovely place, it really is. Lovely, isn't it? And the smell, the oak as well. But the tapestry, isn't that beautiful? The colours have faded, as you would expect with age. But you can imagine when they were made, the colours were bright and vibrant. But it's like the wall paintings you find in churches. Over the years, they gradually fade away. But there's enough detail here to appreciate the artwork. I was saying upstairs they have a diorama of knights. It looks a bit, I don't know, I mean, for my taste, it looks a bit tacky. What do you think? Go and have a look. Okay. Go and have a look upstairs at the wall painting. Let's have a look down here. This is a side door that leads onto the terrace. How wonderful. Oh, there's a tennis court over there. I remember that. And when I came here once, many, many moons ago, it was a private function. What do you think of the artwork? Yeah, I said that as soon as I saw it. I said, I mean, don't get me wrong, I admire their enthusiasm to try and recreate the dream of it, but it is a bit tacky, isn't it?
The beauty of antiques is because they have age, that's what makes them unique.
And we go that way down to the church, shall we? That's your favourite church, isn't it?
Yes, it is actually.
It's just a number of favourite buildings and favourite churches, and that church is one of them. And we're coming out again. To the right of the gatehouse is the East Court, and then we have the tower in all of its majestic beauty. Right, now we're going down to the church. I'll let you have a view of the gatehouse as we walk over. And here we are. A church we've been to a few times. This church, by the way, is open anytime. It's one of the few things that is open to the public. Oh, we're being followed. There's more people following us. Churches you like to have to yourself, really. Okay, this is the side entrance. I know, I'm being very selfish. I'm sure you may remember the Marneys. Trying to extend the rod. This is Henry VIII, Lord Marney. Probably not in the best light there. Isn't this beautiful? I mean, such a magnificent tomb. Can you imagine all that heavy stone that's weighing down on that arch? And in this church, of course, is a facsimile of St. Christopher, a wall painting, medieval wall painting. And he's leading well, obviously a devout adherent of Christianity, because he's standing there holding a crucifix and a bauble. He has a halo around his head. And St. Christopher is turning around, making sure that he's being followed as he leads the path across the water, which is indicated by these beautiful fishes. Look. Where do you get fishes like that? It's lovely here, isn't it?
It's always beautiful. It's always nice to be back.
And again, you can see the Dessau influence here, because there's a lot of turn of the century restoration work that's taken place here.
Where's your car?
It's on the table in there. And here we are at the bell tower. I'm not sure whose family crest that is, whether that's Marney or Dessau. Let's have a look. Okay, it's 1759 and it's the hatchment of Francis and Nicholas Corsellis of Layer Marney Tower. The Corsellis family were owners of the estate. I mean, the Marneys didn't last forever. Then we have another hatchment over here, which is Matthew Corsellis. As you can see it there. See if I can bring this up more closely. The light's not brilliant here. According to that plaque, it's 1838. Okay, so we're coming back into the crypt again. And again, look at this beautiful chest. Look at the bands of metal wrapped around it. And this is 14th century. That's just amazing, isn't it? Wow. And here is another one of the Marneys. This is John, second Lord Marney. So Henry was the other, the one that was in the archway, the dull grey black figurine. He was the first and this was the second. I'm not sure what stone they've used, whether it's basalt or marble. But trying to get a better overview. This is amazing. Absolutely wonderful. I noticed one detail here. The stonework is shiny here, which means people have been rubbing it. I don't know whether for good luck or not. You can feel the detail of the carving. It's so beautiful.
Urban legend, maybe. Yes, it is.
What?
I did see something interesting in the first Lord Marney's tomb, which is there.
Mm-hmm.
There's some cracks from the age, and I'm not sure if they tried to fill those gaps in with some kind of mortar mixed with shell.
What
or
you mean for the archway?
not the bottom.
Oh, the bottom.
Or originally the mortar contained shell in it as well. Like the Psalms. See?
Oh
There's a
yes,
shell.
yeah.
Shell with mortar.
Mm.
And it's everywhere. Look, it's all shells. So I think it's just used as a filling or
It was used as a filler, yeah.
a filler, yeah.
Mm. Look at this is a beautiful, beautiful tomb, isn't it? I mean, look at the carving here.
He is the one that built the tower.
Yes, he's the man.
First, yeah.
Yeah. Sheriff of Essex. Although he didn't have a silver badge and he didn't ride a horse. Well, he must have rode a horse, obviously. And look at that leaded window, isn't that beautiful in the background? Let's go and have a look at that in more detail. Have you done your usual?
No, I'm not doing that with you.
All right.
I took your hand.
Okay, done. Look at this. Isn't this beautiful? So this church dates to the same date as the estate. This was the church for the estate. And like Layer Marney Tower, it's still with us. I'm going outside for a little bit. Let's have a wander into the cemetery. And before we go, look at this door. This is an original. Wow. and it's studded. So you can imagine it's oak and it's studded. So you can imagine it would take great violence to break into this church. Now we're outside in the churchyard. Obviously there's no monuments here of great antiquity that I can see. This looks quite old, but it's actually dated 1827. Which to me is pretty old. But there are some fairly early, I'm talking 17th, 18th century gravestones, headstones. This is rather lovely, isn't it? And it's a heart with a fire on top of the heart in the cresting. Here lieth the body of Hannah Fox, the wife of James Fox, blacksmith, who departed this life the 20th day of October in the year 1748, age, I'm not sure, 54 or 34, we'll say 54 years. She was born in the Stratford town, in Stratford town in Staffordshire. So she came from quite a distance. And then we have Sarah, wife of Philip Lay, formerly of Duke's Farm in this parish, who died March the 25th, 1841, aged 87 years. That was very good innings. It's a shame that some of these headstones are starting to tilt over. We're just saying there's one there for Hannah Fox of an 18th century. It's in very good condition. And it has a heart with a fire, eternal fire burning. Look, I'll show you.
Oh, I know. It's the eternal heart of Jesus.
Yeah. Ah. Here we are, this one here.
Yes, that is the eternal heart of Jesus. It's always burning.
There you go, honey, look.
Yes. Yeah.
And she came quite some distance from here. She came from it says Stratford Town in Staffordshire, or Stafford Town in Staffordshire. Difficult to read that.
Wow, 1748 is so well kept, and yet it's all about the location of the tomb.
If it's out of the wind and it's away from the elements, but I've noticed a number of these stones have been cleaned,
Yeah.
so people can read them more legibly. I mean, here we've got one here for the stones actually falling over. It's about 1833, I think, this one. Even though they're not always easily read, unfortunately. Anyway, we're looking at the outside of this beautiful church. So it's the same brick that was used in the construction of the tower, isn't it? And look how beautiful this is. This is old England at its finest, don't you think?
Yes, true.
And when you see all those knights laid out again, yeah, it's really beautiful. We haven't seen the animals, have we?
No, we haven't.
Should we go and see them? And we're not talking about the people, are we?
No, that would offend the animals, actually.
They have an enclosure of people trapped here. We'll walk round this way. All these good souls that have put in their lives here now lie in slumbering peace for an eternity.
Can I have the cartons? I'm going to take the camera on this way.
Yeah, sure. I'll be on the grounds in front of the tower.
Thank you.
But isn't this nice walking here?
Very nice.
I'm on the dark side of the tower here.
Again, another hot, nice day.
But if you notice, it's all brick. They haven't used any old material, Roman material or stone or anything. It was built from new. Step back a little bit so you can get a better view. this is the other side, it's to the church, the shadow side. And look at the view from here of the house. It's wonderful, isn't it? That gives you another sweeping view of the estate. And now I'm going off camera for a few minutes and we'll be back before you can say Chris Holton. Okay, we're leaving the stable yard now. Sorry for the wind again. We're going to where the pond is, obviously where they would keep all their fish. I'm trying to stand out of the wind, so I'm actually inside one of their secluded areas. Here you can see the bridge that takes you over the pond, and it's got a lot of algae growing in it, so the water is still. It needs oxygen to clear it, which is rather a shame. Let's wander around. Oh, look at this bridge. So we're actually walking across the pond. I can hear the goats. They have a large collection of goats here. This goes on to a children's play area, I think. Yep, doesn't go much further than that. That's the main drive coming into the house. I love country estate driveways. Hello! That's Warner in the car park getting a drink. Anyway, let's go back. There's not much to see here, unfortunately. Certainly no ducks or anything. Hello.
Have you seen the animals?
No, should we go and... There's no animals there. We'll have to go in the driveway. So we go and...
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Did we get you through?
We're back in a minute. We're just going to look at the goats.
They're actually sheep.
Oh, they're sheep.
They do look like goats.
Yeah.
They're a rare breed. They're called Castle Murret.
Castle Murret.
Yes.
Oh, I've never heard of that.
The region.
Oh,
And they do get mistaken for goats.
they do sound like goats.
Yes. Yeah.
Would you like an ice cream?
Um,
Go on film.
yeah, we'll have an ice cream when we come
Yeah,
back.
before, yeah.
Yeah. Well, thanks for the info anyway. Yeah. Let's go and see the sheep. My apologies.
I was absolutely certain that those were goats.
I thought they were goats, yeah. They're a very rare breed of sheep. Walk on the grass, honey, you won't damage your shoe so much.
Yes, for all the ladies watching this, if you're going to visit this, for all the ladies watching, if you're going to visit this place, do not wear what I
Heeled
wearing.
shoes.
No.
No.
Sneakers.
Wear flat-heeled shoes. All right, they are sheep. We'll look out for the grid.
Yes.
Do you want to go for that gate? I wouldn't risk it for anything. Let's go and see the sheep. Oh, they're over in the field. Actually, they're all sat underneath trees. Oh, there's a few still up on the gateway. Look at this oak tree. This is amazing, isn't it? Do you want to go and film the sheep?
Yeah.
Okay, it's on. I'll follow you.
Are you afraid?
Oh, I'm afraid of being ravaged by a sheep, definitely.
I wonder if they're aggressive.
You must step
I
over.
wonder and I hope they're not aggressive.
No, they're not aggressive. The question is, are they sociable? There's lots of sheep food.
Hello, little babies.
Hello.
Look at those cute little babies. Come on.
Now I would say they're goats, but they're not.
I would have for sure said they're
Even now
goats.
looking at them, I would say
I
they're
know,
goats.
me too. That shows your experience in farming.
They
Yes, we
look-
would like to buy those goats.
If you can see them, the mother is very, very shy of us, and obviously they have young.
Yes. Hello,
Meh.
babies.
Meh, 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 meh.
Come on, babies. Come on. Come on, little babies. Come on, little babies.
If you go forward a
You
little
can
bit,
put the
you'll,
kids,
you'll,
yeah.
you'll see they move. They will move back, but you can try.
Come on, little babies. Come on, babies.
It's probably better with this one because the mother's on the other side of the gate.
Come on, little baby. Come on, Mama. Come on. Come on. I'm sure they're going. Come on, babies. Come on, Mama. Come on. Come on. Come on, little one. Come on, babies. Oh, there's a rabbit in the back. Have you seen that?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, they're so cute. So cute.
They're beautiful, aren't they?
Yes.
This one here is probably going to be more obliging because Mummy's on the wrong side of the fence. So the young one will.
Is that Dad?
I think it's Mummy. I don't want to get too close because I don't want to. Look at these guys, look. Oh, just hope that you can see them. I'm magnifying the image so you can see, hopefully see the detail of these strange looking sheep because they look very much like goats. They act like goats, they sound like goats, and they probably butt like goats.
Yes, I think so.
Yeah. Should we go
Oh, I
back?
get that feeling,
Yeah, we best leave them. Okay, we'll leave you guys. Nice meeting you. Thank you for the chat. That was very interesting.
Yes, you didn't have to work a bit.
Yes, and I love your babies. They're very nice babies.
You have
and-
to work on essential skills.
Yes, we won't be back again except in the car, just to let you know. Have a nice day.
The babies are adorable.
You love them, don't you?
Yes.
Meh.
I would love to pet one of the babies. It's just it's impossible.
Well, that would take a lot of trust for that baby to. I think they.
I think they are quite gentle with the stuff.
Yeah.
Feeds them and such because they're used to that. But
Yeah.
not with us.
Plus, I'm wearing a hat, so they may not
That
like.
was like a hand.
That's a dead oak. Yeah, that's a very ancient oak. Look at that. That would have been here 4 or 5 centuries. Okay, we're finished now at Layer Marney Tower. It's been a really wonderful visit. It's been very, very sunny today, very warm, a little bit windy in places, but we've had a great time. I know Wana has thoroughly enjoyed herself, and of course we hope you have too. And of course, until the next time, see you soon. Bye bye.